Hey everybody, Eric Leopold coming back for episode 10 of the 2017 Sponsor Spotlight video series. And this episode I'm bringing a new product from an old company. In fact, the company's been around since 1971, and that is none other than Burris Optics Company out of Colorado. Today I really want to kind of focus in and introduce you to their new family of optics. And that's the XTRII line. I have two of them right behind me. I have the XTRII 1:8 on my 16.5 inch rifle, and I have the XTRII 1:5 on my 14.5 inch rifle. Got a lot to cover, so let's get in here and get to it for a little bit. So another important thing to keep in mind is that Burris Optics Company has been in the industry a long time, supporting the action shooting sports, the hunting industry, as well as the tactical community. The XTRII line of optics has 8 different offerings that go from a 1:5 all the way up to an 8x40. Okay, so let's talk about the 1:8 real quick. First off, it's got a true 1 power, and when I say a true 1 power, I mean you don't have any kind of fisheye or distortion or anything like that. You can shoot it with both eyes open very easily, and then obviously all the way up to the 8X, which is hugely important. You can't hit what you can't see. So for me in the 3-gun game, this 8 power definitely made a huge difference in my long range this year. Super excited about that. Next, on the opposite side here, we have 11 illumination settings. And I live in Florida. It's always really sunny here typically, and typically I can get away with 6 or 7 on the illumination out of the 11 settings that it has. So that's plenty bright enough. Also, it has this the MAD system, which is the modular adjustment dial. Modular adjustment dial system. And what that means is basically you can have capped or exposed turrets, whichever you prefer for your particular game. If you're a person who likes to adjust constantly, then you might want to have the exposed turrets. I don't want that. I want everything capped. So that's what I went with here. It also has their zero stop technology, and both of these optics have that. The whole XTR line does. But the zero stop technology is once you get your rifle zeroed, you turn that dial, you unscrew a set screw, pick it up and set it to 0, reset that set screw, and now it's always going to be zeroed. And if you ever get somewhere where you go and you open up your cap and it's off of the 0, well, then it's moved, and you can just quickly put it back to 0. They also have the high loom coatings on all of the XTRII line, and that's great for target resolution, contrast, and then, like I said, low light performances, which low light performance isn't a huge deal in 3-gun, but it can definitely come into play, especially if you have some targets along tree lines or it's hard to see, things like that. All of the Burris optics have their forever warranty. That's a big deal, especially in the games we play. We beat the living crap out of them, so you got to have that. They're all have a nitrogen. They're all nitrogen filled as well, and that's going to eliminate any kind of fogging issues you're going to have. The XTRII 1:5 over here is a 30mm objective lens, so it's a little bit smaller, but it's also a 1:5, so it's not a huge deal. Eye relief in both of these is pretty generous. You're looking at I believe it's between 3.5 and 4 inches for both of them. Field of view is real good. It's very comparable to all the other optics out there. The glass quality is something I really want to talk about because a lot of people kind of overlook that sometimes, I think. So the quality of this glass is just amazing, and it's on par with any optic that I've looked through so far, and I'm super excited to be running with them this year. They've definitely made a big difference in my rifle game and definitely in my long range game. So they come in 2 different reticles. This one has the 1:8 has the ballistic dot and the ballistic circle dot, I believe it is. I went with the ballistic dot. They both come in mils or MOA. I decided to go with mils. The 1:8 also comes in first or second focal plane. The 1:5 comes in first or second focal plane, but it also has one that they're calling the dual focal plane, where your center illuminated reticle, if I understand this correctly, I might be wrong, but if I understand it correctly, the center illuminated reticle stays the same, while the rest of the reticle increases and decreases with magnification. So that's kind of neat. So your illumination will always be the same. I just broke my throw lever off of this one in a match this weekend, so I got to get a new throw lever for that. But even without the throw levers, they're pretty easy. They're sturdy and stout, but they're definitely movable without the throw lever. And throw lever makes it a little bit easier, but they're definitely smooth, and you can feel the quality in that as well. Okay, so that's just a few of the main points I kind of wanted to get across to you guys about the new XTRII family. Super excited to be running with Burris. I started out with a Burris MTAC, as probably some of you may have, and then I went to an optic that had a 6 power, and now they've got the 8 power in this, and I was super happy to come back to them, and I was really fortunate and lucky to be picked up as a sponsor shooter as well. So if you guys have any questions, please feel free to hit me up, give them a like on Facebook, go check out their website. And I'll be happy to share these at a match, or if you want to come down and train, let's train a little bit. Would love to kind of get other people's opinions on them, let you see them, look through them, and you see for yourself the quality and the craftsmanship that goes into these optics. Couple that with a forever warranty, you really can't beat it. And it's I'm thankful for, like I said, thankful for the support, thankful for an awesome product to represent, and an awesome company. So until next time, take care. See you guys out on the range.